Start streaming. Wah. Okay. I think that's good. Having the mixer makes it way easier too, because I can like route different sources around. Blah. Okay, I think good enough. I think. Ba 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 ba. Says it's streaming. The queue looks good. I will tweet. Help us figure out what to do the show on tonight. Live. # Geek Nights. Yeah, like YouTube does this shit. Like, look, I updated all this stuff, so it's all like it says the right thing. But if I tweet from this button, the thumbnail shows the previous one. YouTube does a lot of crap like that still. Oh well. I'll let that be.
It's probably loading from some cache or something.
Yep. It's just like it's an amateur hour mistake. All right, so what are we doing the show on? Food show?
What food have we not done? How can we make a list of our previous food shows?
I don't know if we've done a show on like lunch.
We did brunch.
Yeah, but lunch is very different. Lunch is like brunch is like nice lunch, but lunch is like I'm at work and I'd have for an hour I go eat some food. Or I'm in the high school cafeteria and it's high school lunchtime. Let's see. Lunch. We've never done a show on lunch.
You sure?
The word brunch doesn't show up either as a title.
Look for unch.
One Punch Man, A Bunch of Dwarves, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
All right.
So we've never done an unch. We've done bunches, but we've done. There is a regular expression that describes the unches we've done and not done. Want to do lunch?
It's a crap people.
It's not the worst idea for a show. I could do lunch. I have a lunch philosophy.
Okay.
I don't know if you have a lunch philosophy, but I have one.
I mean, I guess I could come up with one.
I have like a specific I think a lot about.
I'm hungry. I eat.
I think a lot about lunch though. It's not just about hungry eat. I think about it a lot more than that. Ba ba ba. All right, fuck it. Let's just do lunch. All right, let's see.
You're just deciding.
If you come up with a better idea, hey, this is at Man Art. Show about Taco Bell 4th meal.
I don't eat Taco Bell ever.
I could do Taco Bell.
I don't think I have eaten Taco Bell. And if I have, it's so long ago that I cannot possibly remember it. I didn't eat it in college. I didn't eat it in high school. It had to be before then.
Taco Bell ain't so bad, though.
I've never eaten disgusting Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's pretty good. Maybe talk about bands you really like and made a big impact on your musical tastes. Somebody once told me to do a show on that.
On what?
You didn't talk about bands that you really like and that have made a big impact on your musical tastes.
But I like almost all the music.
Yeah, but what specific band? Like I listened to a lot of Metallica when I was in middle school, and that got me into metal and stuff.
I mean, I listen to Everything Always.
Everything Always, eh?
I've only found more music, not less, and it's rare that I've.
But are there any bands that you particularly like? Yeah, I mean, you used to have that Led Zeppelin poster up.
Yeah, and I like them as much as any other classic rock band.
All right. I think I'm still feeling the Unch show.
You know, there's people that are they're mega fans of one specific.
Oh no, but I could see when
I don't do that. I just like all the music. Well, 99% of the music.
There was a big moment of change in my life when I discovered anime, and then later I discovered J-pop. I got really into J-pop for a while, and then like anime soundtracks and all that weeb stuff.
I mean, with all nerderies, right? I get in a mood, not just music, but like, I'll get in a mood and watch like a whole bunch of like I watched Zatoichi movies for like months, right?
Yep.
And it's like, and I watched all of them, and just so at that moment, at that time period, it's like, are you gonna be like, oh my God, Scott, you're like a Zatoichi, fanatic, like are you a super fan? It's just like, well, I'm watching it like every goddamn day, but you know what? I finished them, and I haven't watched it since.
But it affected you, I guess.
I like it, but it's not like if you say, Scott, what's your favorite movies? It's like Zatoichi doesn't come up there really, So it's like, yeah, when I was in high school, like, and I had the Rammstein album that I listened to like probably for a few months.
Yep.
But it's like, am I a Rammstein fan? Did they affect my life? It's like, no.
Like, what did you like about Rammstein? Like, what's the song they did that you particularly liked?
That whole album is good, really. Everyone, like, I didn't understand why Du Hast was like the hit song on the album.
Because that was the
whole
one that
album
played on the radio the most back then.
But like, I think it's because the music video was compelling, right?
Yeah.
And whatever. But like, that whole album is good.
I knew a lot of kids for like where The Way by Fastball. Like they got obsessed with that song, but the band actually was not great. They just had one hit.
I don't know what song that is, but I have heard.
Where were they going without ever knowing the way? That, remember that?
I think I do know it.
You probably know it. It was like the biggest goddamn thing for like a week, and then the music video was bad. And then in an interview, they were like, "Oh yeah, we didn't want to make a music video, so we just did whatever." And then they never had another good song, as far as I can remember. So I guess lunch. All right, let me pick a news. I got my thing of the day is pretty good. I see your thing of the day.
I don't know. Am I going to use that guy who randomly got a Switch in the mail?
Oh, it's not bad. Let's see.
What
Swedish
else?
Court is actually blocking the Pirate Bay.
I mean, that's how they do.
It took a long time for that to happen. A lot less tech jobs. This is all Monday. I guess I'm on Slashdot, so of course. Go to the Google News.
Did you see this? The second best Valentine?
No.
Here, look.
Rebecca. That's good.
It's the second best Valentine.
Why is Tom Brady trending? Contagious contract extension to whatever. Why is NATO trending? Okay. The Great Wall. Oh, that bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That movie?
That movie looks like...
Okay.
Like, whitewashing is the thing, but that is like...
No. So I saw the trailer for this movie, and you know what it is? Did you see the trailer?
It's white people save China from demons in, but it's LOTR universe.
You know what it really is?
Legend of the Five Rings?
That's right.
Yeah, I said LOTR. I meant LO.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, it's the wall and there's demons on the other side.
Yep.
Like, that's L5R.
The Kaiju Wall.
It's the Caillou Wall, I think.
All I remember is you were like, what's over there?
I wouldn't have known what it was if we hadn't played that 2-session game.
And they were like,
with Grandpa Ninja or whatever.
Yep. I played a different campaign with the creepy dude at Arwag.
Oh, right.
Yeah, after that. And then my character died. And then
But it's like, I'm like, dude, we should just take like old RPG settings that the mainstream doesn't know and steal from them.
Like Al-Qadim? Like all of them
right,
would be
if you made an Al-Qadim the movie and you didn't call it Al-Qadim and just change the proper nouns.
Yeah.
Or, if you just made Dark Sun the movie.
Wait,
right?
wouldn't Al-Qadim just be the 13th
turn the
warrior?
mantis people into grasshopper people.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Wizards, Hasbro? You got nothing on us. You haven't even printed a Dark Sun thing in like 10 plus years. What are you gonna do about it? And this isn't Dark Sun. It's Shady Star. Shady Star. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're good then. We get the stuff going.
I still need news here.
I'll talk about that movie.
Okay. I only saw the trailer.
I saw posters of it as well. Looks bad.
I mean, I'm sure it's not gonna be like an Oscar winner.
I've seen a bunch of movies lately. I could geek by a movie. I saw that Coen Brothers thing. It was pretty good. Black Mirror, done with that, is super good. I want to do a full retrospective on Dr. McNinja, but that's a Wednesday.
I gotta read it.
It's done. The last in fact, the
If I
panel.
actually read it, it probably wouldn't take me that long.
If you
to
go to the
from where
website right now, it shows the beginning of Dr. McNinja again, and he has a warning. He's like, "Do not, for the love of God, click back.
Oh, it works like that, huh?
It will spoil literally everything."
Just on the last page spoils everything. That
Well-
one page immediately.
It where it ends is a great. You read it and you'll see. You'll see what I mean. It is a significant spoiler for multiple elements.
Dr.
Of,
Ninja is King Radical. Whoa.
oh, you don't know who King Radical is.
Someone McNinja.
You don't really know the loop.
Is he?
It's Final Fantasy 1,
Sure.
Garland style.
Is he?
He was. You know what? He was up to something.
Is he the lumberjack from the beginning?
No, lumberjack.
Who's there at the beginning?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Basically, every villain from the entire thing comes in.
Yeah, I see. I mean, I was at the point where they were already kind of there. They were all defending the pyramid thing, and they busted in the pyramid, and then I stopped reading.
No. All right, I'll stop the stream a second. I'll start it again to see if the audio comes out of both sides. That is a YouTube problem. I don't know if that'll be better, but we'll see. The stream is continuing. We'll see if that makes it in mono or whatever. I can test with YouTube later. The video it's recording is fine. Just pick your news and we're good to go. Here's a review. Matt Damon battles clusters of monsters. Wow, okay. Maybe I could review another movie alongside. That fixed it. Good. Good times.
So you lied. It wasn't YouTube's fault. It was your fault.
No, I made a change to what I'm sending so YouTube would deal with it better.
So much things of day.
Show about something, you say. Why not a Seinfeld recap? You know, Seinfeld doesn't hold up that well. Individual episodes do.
There's a few episodes that do, but
And it was important.
Most of the episodes are just like meh.
It's a show that was important for a lot of reasons, but it's not actually that worth watching in the modern era. Like, other things are funnier. All right, you know what? I'll geek bite the movie I didn't watch, and I'll also geek bite Black Mirror just to make sure everyone actually watches it. No, we literally called it that because we didn't know what we were doing the show on until just now. We decided lunch because we're dumb. Black Mirror. Not episode guide. Wikipedia. You good? Just review something.
I'm looking for news.
Why don't review your lunch as a geek bite? Whatever you ate today.
Not much.
Nah. I ate way too many cookies.
You told them that already.
I didn't tell ya, but I didn't tell the stream that. Yeah, this all looks like it's working pretty well.
No, I'll just talk about the guy who got the Switch early. Whatever. I got nothing else.
All right, you got an opening bit? Because I already talked about the Nazi.
No. It's cold.
It is cold. I guess I can talk about skiing. Talk about that a lot. Nothing interesting happened.
There's some technology news, but
Save those. You know what? My opening bit will be that that I got this live stream going. How lame is that?
Good for you.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
I think he says here we go at some point too in a different game. Let's see. It's Thursday, February 16th, 2017. I'm Rim.
I'm Scott.
And this is Geek Nights. Tonight, we're talking about lunch. And Scott keeps dropping something back there. What did you drop?
Free something.
Oh, my drink. You dropped my drink.
No.
Don't drink it. That'd be bad news. I'm not actually good at the Heimlich maneuver. I feel like that thing would just stick right in there. All right.
Oh, check this out.
That seems good. All right. So yeah, we're live streaming this one video because, as you guys might know,
Because you got nothing better to do.
nah. So well, partly I've been trying to like set up my live streaming such that if I'm playing some game and I want to live stream it, I don't have to do anything. So I got like a light and all these cameras, and I like upgraded all the equipment.
My problem is I always try to get fancy, right? If I do it a PC game, I could just use a webcam, but it's like, no, I want to get
Dude, this webcam is pretty baller.
I just want to. I want to get my real camera going on,
Yeah,
right?
and then look at that. That's pretty
like,
good, right?
if I'm sitting on my couch, I want to get like all. I want to get my, my Countryman in there with my wireless. It's like
Yep.
I keep wanting to hook up more stuff, and that's why it takes a long time to set up. And
See,
then
that's why, because I got this all set up already. Because the
that
mixer.
doesn't mean that's not gonna help. But then the other thing is like,
I just plug the Countryman in there. Like, it just plug it in. It just
and
works.
then if I set all the stuff up, and it's like, well, I could just leave it that way, but it takes up so much room. It's a big mess.
Yep.
So I take it all apart.
See my tiny LED panel here? Like, that's how I do. That's how I roll now.
Mhm.
Fast and loose. And also, I have multiple scene transitions I set up like that. So when I'm live streaming, like sometimes it'll show my hand cam and my whatever. But if I'm naked when I'm playing Overwatch, I can do another one that doesn't show that.
You got nothing better to do?
Well, playing Overwatch anyway. And by doing that pre-work once, I don't have to do shit to live stream except click stream and just start doing whatever.
This free beverage is magnetic in some way.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I know, right?
Huh. Yeah,
It might just have like metal in it, or it might actually. I don't know if there's a magnet in it, but
the only reason it's there is because it was in my pocket when I was changing my clothes, and I set it there, and it hasn't moved since then.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's Thursday. Talk about whatever. So, I was looking at Google looking for, like, news that might have happened, and I saw Great Wall trending, and, I was like, wait, what?
I mean, it's not the Chinese Great Wall, but it is.
Yeah, well, sort of. So, there's this movie, if you don't know, that is called The Great Wall.
I only know about this because someone sent me the trailer and I watched it.
So, I saw the trailer before Rogue One, I think.
Oh, I didn't see it then.
I think I saw it then. I saw it in the theater.
I saw Rogue One on Christmas. The trailer for this wasn't out yet.
Well, first I saw this trailer where the whole crowd is like, "What the fuck is this movie? What is this about?" Like we all thought it was like based, what those movies they make from like crappy light teen young adult fiction novels like I guess Hunger Games was pretty good actually, even though it was from those. But like
I only
Maze
read
Runner.
the books. I didn't watch any Hunger Games.
Yeah, the movies are pretty good, but like Maze Runner, like those kind of level, I thought it was gonna be like that, but then it like seemed weirder and weirder, and then we power suits, and at the very end of the trailer, the logo came up, and we figured it out, and it was literally like a dark and gritty Power Rangers reboot.
Anyway, the point of this Great Wall here is a movie
where
and if
white dudes save China from demons on the other side of the Great Wall. That's why they built it.
Right. So if you are, it's like an alternate history where they built the Great Wall to stop demons instead of Mongolians. I don't know if they're trying to say Mongolians or demons. I like Mongolia. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so if you're a normal person, this seems like a cool idea that's original. But if you're a nerd, a real nerd who knows real nerd things, you'll know that this is L5R, the Legend of the Five Rings, or there was a giant wall, which was the Great Wall, basically, with just with the
even though
different
that
name.
game was mostly like Japanese.
It was everything that was stereotypically Asian samurai kung fu, etc.
My honor.
Right. And on the other side of the wall was literal hell, which is not only a trope you see in L5R and this movie, but also even in things like Wheel of Time, where if you go too far north, it's awful, right? It's like, don't cross this line. There's bad stuff on the other side.
I remember we were playing that L5R game.
We're the clan that defends the good part of the civilized, right? Yes.
Clan.
But I mean, in Wheel of Time, it was the people who lived in the Northeast, right? They defended the rest of the land or the society from the evil demon stuff that lives on the other side of their castle or whatever.
They're just next to Mordor, like
right.
Let's go
Mordor is the
there.
same thing. There's a big giant wall, and the bad guys are on the other side of it, right?
Yep. Of course, the bad guys are kind of also defending that wall. Like it's kind of anyway.
Right, but anyway, it's This is
But-
just another one of those. There's a wall with bad guys on the other side.
But even the styling, like the way they draw the armor and like this color styling and all the weird like color grading they're doing, it even looks like L5R art, like the legit art in the role playing system and such. But yeah, as far as I can tell, this movie is just like white dude appropriation times a billion, and I can't imagine wanting to actually see this movie. And even worse, when I saw the trailer in the theater, the CG actually looked bad. Like
I read a story somewhere that's like people watched the trailer and saw some like some extra awful CGs in it,
Ooh.
and they like pulled the trailer and put out a different one or something because it was like
I wonder if I saw that one.
someone did some lazy action in the trailer, and they are a little rush job.
Oh, this is a savage review of this thing.
Savage.
Outside of the bromantic quipping between two characters.
Oh, this is someone who saw the whole movie?
Yep. The dialogue is aggressively simple.
I mean, it's not summer yet. Isn't this a summer blockbuster type thing? Why are you putting this shit out in February?
February blockbuster. What else is going on in February?
You could put out, like, the romantic movie for Valentine's Day or whatever.
I'm sure that movie also came out. What movies are even in the theater right now?
I don't know. Still Star Wars because whatever.
Let's see.
Just go to Fandango.
I'm just gonna see if Google will just tell me. Movie times, movie Manhattan. All right.
Oh,
Let's see.
Lego Batman's the big movie right now, actually.
People said it's pretty good, but I imagine it's
I
just
didn't-
as funny
well,
as the.
I thought, other people liked. I saw the Lego movie, and everyone else loved that, and I was like,
I
meh.
thought it was okay.
So I was like, meh.
Why is it auto scrolling? That's weird.
So if people love Lego Batman,
Hidden Figures. There you go. That's like a legit critical movie.
That's
that
been
looks
out
great.
for a while, though. That's not new.
But it's still in the theaters.
Sure.
Why is this auto scrolling? That's weird.
Your
stop.
mouse is broken.
Nope. It's just this one website.
Oh.
All right, Lego Batman, Fist Fight,
Okay, I don't know what that is.
50 Shades Darker,
Yeah, whatever.
John Wick 2. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Meh.
What did you ever see John Wick?
Nope.
John Wick is fantastic, and I highly recommend. If you're the kind of person who likes the kind of movies that I like, you will actually really like John. If you like The Matrix, you'll like John Wick. If you like
Wait. So if you like Blues Brothers, you like John Wick?
probably. I think the overlap between the people who like those two movies is pretty good.
Okay.
A Dog's Purpose, Split, Rings.
Is Rings a sequel to The Ring?
Actually, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Coming out of the TV?
First you watch it, then you die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
An hour. It's almost 2 fucking hours long too.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, it's horror movies, cheap to make.
Yeah. So yeah, don't go see The Great Wall. Go see John
Go see the
Wick.
actual Great Wall. That'd be awesome. I want to go there.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Actually,
I wonder,
won't
can
get
you
to go
ride
to-
a bicycle on the Great Wall, like from end to end?
I won't get to go. Not all of it is the part you're thinking of.
What do
Not
you-
all of it has that flat part on the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only it's like the most fortified sections do. Other sections are basically earthworks.
Ah.
Yeah. Also, they've cemented over a lot of the top of it for structural reasons. There's a lot of problems with the Great Wall. It's not looking so good. Yeah.
Too many demons attacking it.
Well, I pulled it up on the stream, but I showed it to you. I've left it in the other room. Funnily enough, because we're talking about the Great Wall, maybe that's why I thought about the movie. I had on my desk a minute ago, and it's currently sitting on my This Is Fine dog. I have an actual piece of the Theodosian wall from Byzantium.
Well, it didn't last too long, did it?
That wall lasted a long time. It's still there.
It's not. You can get right through, no
Yeah,
problem.
you can climb inside of it. You know who's living in it?
Homeless people.
Homeless, dangerous, armed homeless people who threatened me with bodily harm if I did not vacate the inside of the Theodosian walls.
I guess it's well defended.
Ah. So you got any news or anything?
Yeah, so this is gaming news, but whatever. There's plenty of gaming news. This dude, he pre-ordered Nintendo Switch just like me, which is coming in 2 weeks. I'm glad I didn't wait in the line at PAX South to play something that's going to be at my house in 2 weeks.
Yep.
But he just got it in the mail early, randomly, by luck. I guess whoever he ordered it from mailed it to him too early. They got it in stock, and they weren't supposed to ship
Oh,
them.
someone messed up. Someone might be in trouble.
Someone fucked up, so he got one, and he posted a video online of all the menus and stuff, So way to go. Awesome. Now we know.
Did he get games too, or just the Switch?
I mean, he didn't. The video's not that long. It's like I would have been I would have been
I would be live
streaming
streaming 24/7, like I am here.
Right. No one else can compete with you, right? You would instantly get all the followers on Twitch. Like, I have the Switch.
Yup.
I am on the Twitch.
You know what I do? I do a Let's Play. I just sit there and be like, guys, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to click on? Let's go.
Right.
You want to see some settings?
I
Let's
get the
click.
software update. I go to the eShop. I buy the
Yup.
games. I load it up. I mean, they might shut down your channel, but it's like I just go for it anyway. I'd be like, deal with it.
It'd be worth it.
I keep switching different YouTubes. I'd set up my own streaming.
You'd be switching.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that though. Once the Switch comes, I'm gonna go home and plug it in and stream it
I
up.
was going to sit on your
And there
couch
shouldn't
and join
be
you.
there shouldn't be that much competition on March 3rd because who else has the technology to do this is gonna do it. Pre-order the Switch on Amazon, etc., etc.
I would, but I'm actually going to be in London, so I won't be
That's a
around.
shame.
Yeah. I wasn't going to even
If you
pre-order
live in
the
New
Switch.
York, if you can get to New York City on March 3rd and you want to come play Bomberman, let me know.
And I guess the weekend after that is PAX, and then...
oh, wait, wrong convention.
No. All right, that's probably enough for the front bit. Let's see. The pre-order guy, I won't bother with that review. We could talk about the Great Wall. Burp, burp. Things of the day.
What time is it?
6:24.
Okay. It's a must-watch game today at 7.
That last game was crazy, too.
Mm.
The Blue Jackets one?
Hmm.
The go-ahead goal?
Hmm.
We already did a show on hockey. I checked that.
What are you eating?
What?
What is your eating plan?
Probably let's go to the Baroness. I don't know if you want a burger. Because Emily was going to cook a crock pot, but the chicken was up near the light bulb on the open fridge, so no trust. No peace. All right. But anyway, things of the day. Things of the day. You may recall some time ago, I did a thing of the day that was YouTube comment reconstructions. These are...
Oh, it was like people saying YouTube comments?
You ever seen these?
I think I half remember this.
They're artistically done. I almost feel like I should play a clip. But
You're good.
they're artistically done, black and white, like good acting, like really good acting.
All right, it's like the old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like rest in peace, Nelson Mandela, and the
Yes,
other guy's just
I remember this very
nodding
clearly.
along. You're a good actor, and Bruce Almighty, and then the other guy just like slowly raises his eyebrow and starts looking up at him, like,
Yes.
please tell me that you are trolling.
Yes.
So that was a series. They did many episodes of this.
Why are you reusing an old thing of the day?
Well, because my thing of the day was one of these, like one episode.
And now you're thinking there's all the rest?
No, my thing of the day is the series finale occurred.
Oh, they're done?
The final episode is a final episode in every regard. It is not to spoil, but basically it's the two actors, the main guys, sitting in like this garden, and they're having a conversation about how like freedom of speech is so important, and I can swear, and like Obama, get out of my emails, and trolling people. And meanwhile, there's a cowboy hunting them down with a wanted poster, and the cowboy is slowly like reciting the terms of service of YouTube out loud as he stalks them. And it is quite a finale. This
Okay.
series is must-watch YouTube.
Okay.
Like the fact that they have under 100,000 subscribers is kind of sad to me. This stuff is like internet.
I like how it's Dead Parrot
Yeah.
channel.
They do a bunch of other stuff too. This is just like one thing they did.
All right, so there's some people in Astoria where I live, and they made Good Morning Astoria, which is a parody of, morning shows like the Today Show or Good Morning America or whatever.
Yep.
But it actually has a little bit of like actual truth in it, but also mostly jokes. But then there's actually like, once you get towards the end of it, there's like an actual like, musical performance, which is like legit. And then that's most of the rest of the end of the show. But like, pretty good job for, like we could do this, but like not as good as they could.
No, I was about to say not as good as they could.
So, I mean, if you live in Astoria, you'll understand more of this because it's a lot of neighborhood jokes, but also, some general jokes that anyone
Oh, yeah.
would laugh at.
They're
and-
like 2 full production quality levels above us.
yeah.
Because look, like he's still close to the green screen. Like you can see the shadowing and
No,
everything.
that's actually like a thing they printed out, I think. I don't think it's a green screen.
Because I could whatever it is, he's too close
Because
to it.
at some point the camera moves and it's like it looks like they just printed out on a big board or something.
No, yeah, that's pretty common.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, you can tell he's close to it. The thing is, we'd have the same problem because we
They're
don't have-
they're just in their apartment. They're
Yup.
not like and then the musical performance, they literally like take the camera, go down the stairs, go out the front door, and the guys are outside with the music right on the sidewalk. It's that sort of thing, right? It's got a lot of that like public access vibe plus YouTube vibe
Yep.
plus
No, look how much
But
better it
also-
looks when they're outside in
right.
the sunlight.
Well, like plus like a SNL like actual professional improv kind of vibe.
this only has like 600 views.
Astoria is not exactly the most happening place in the world.
I just feel bad when something that is clearly good is not well known.
Well, it's gonna get some more views now.
I hope so.
I don't
All
know.
all 11 of there's
all-
11 people watching the stream.
all
All right.
5 listeners who
There are
know about his story.
There are 11 people watching this live for some reason.
11 people. They don't watch me when I play stream video game. 11 people don't come.
I've gotten as many as 30 watching me play Overwatch,
Mm.
which I don't know why. I don't comment. I just kind of sit there staring sullenly at the screen as I lose over and over
I
again
keep
in the
trying to
random
comment
queues.
because I know it's boring as hell when I'm sitting there doing nothing. And
Yup.
but I'm not getting.
What's up, gamers? Welcome to my Minecraft stream.
Not like that. I usually try to like talk about like the design of the game. Like, oh look, this part of the game is poorly designed. Oh look, this part of the game is well designed. And if I know
Ah.
about the game, I'll be like, oh, like I know about this game. Let me tell you what I know.
Yeah. The problem is that requires the game I know. Like I was saying, if I do Civ 5, yeah, like I can talk forever. Like here is exactly how this mechanic works. And how to, but if it's Civ 6, I'm like, and I guess I'll build a Hansa because I guess. And I just sit there like reading text on the screen for 5 minutes.
That's fine.
This has got 7. You know what? I'm giving this its 18th like.
Mm.
There we go.
You didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I'm confident in it.
Okay.
I am confident in it based on what I saw here. So, in the meta moment, the book club book is Dune. The Dune. D-U-N-E. We are
Not the
doing
video game Dune, not the
Nope.
movie Dune, the book Dune.
Yep, not the board game Dune.
And not any of those other Dune books, only the original first one.
Yep, because
It's
I've
called
not
Dune by
I've never
Frank-
read the whole thing.
It's by Frank Herbert.
I know a lot about Dune, but I'm really interested to see, one, how many nerd references do I miss because I don't realize they're from Dune? Two, will the book grab me with my adult sensibilities in a way that it did not when I was younger?
Middle school Scott could not get past much of Dune.
But three, more important, will my exposure to things like The Prince of Nothing make its density feel sparse?
Well, I mean, look, Wheel of Time was another famous nerd thing. Not quite as famous as Dune, but up
Yep.
there.
and you know what?
and
I
that
caught
worked-
a lot of stuff. Like now I know the Heron. Like I learned the Heron Blade is from that.
Heron Spear's better.
Yeah, Heron Spear is better.
Heron anything is like the if I ever make a game that has like equipment in it or something, the Heron whatever is gonna be like the highest level of stuff.
The problem with the Heron's Blade was that it kind of peters out and there's way bigger stuff later. Like they work it up so much and it's like, oh yeah, everybody. You meet like 20 people who have them. But the Heron Spear
Lame.
was used once before the books. And
It's
I feel like,
missing.
And I feel like it being used again is going to be the end of the Prince of Nothing.
Right? I mean, look, King Arthur is you got Excalibur, right? And it's first of all, there is nothing better than Excalibur lying around anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
But
But-
what about? Well, yeah.
The only thing wrong with Excalibur is he gets it right a fucking way from the Lady of the Lake, and then he's always got it, and that's pretty much it. It should be they should tease you with the legend of Excalibur, it's out there. It's a Chekhov's gun. Someone's gonna get it at some point, but don't get it until the end.
Oh no! So he's got Excalibur. Great. Now I gotta go find the Holy Grail. That's way more important.
They spend the whole fucking book finding the Holy Grail.
I'm thinking about the movie.
Oh, I'll tell you. Once and Future King is the real deal.
Yep.
All others are not the real
He
deal.
should have stayed with the geese. That was a way better life.
I also would have stayed with the geese.
Yep. That goose girl.
Shitting on everybody.
Yeah. Hanging out with your goose girl. and goose friends.
making a big racket. They didn't have guns then, so what are you gonna do about it?
Also, geese got culture. They're talking about visiting their aunts and uncles and all their dinner parties and nonsense. I remember the geese have a surprisingly modern culture.
Also, Merlin pretty much
Yeah. Merlin.
living backwards.
I feel like living backwards is not the best way to live.
Oh yeah, it is.
So, yes, the previous book club was Rebecca. The episode's up. You should read that book if you didn't read it. You should also watch that movie if you've never seen it. And then you should listen to our review where if you want Lit Crit, go somewhere else because other people have done that way better. We just talk about the book from our own perspective. We're going to be live at PAX East 2017 doing a panel called Play Dirty to Win on Friday at 6 p.m. in the Bumblebee Theater.
Such filth.
I've been doing some research for this panel, like a lot more than usual. It's going to be a good panel, I think.
It reeks of effort.
It does. The slides are looking good. I learned a lot about formal heuristics, and I got some stuff. The gaze heuristic is the tip of the iceberg.
Nobody cares.
Fast and frugal failure of heuristics is the order of the day. Yeah. Boop. Let's get right into the main bit. So, guess we never talked about lunch.
Also known as crab people ideas.
Yeah.
We got nothing else to talk about on Thursday. Send your Thursday show ideas. Anything that in the world that's not that we A, haven't done, B, is not technology, is not games, is not comics, anime, manga,
All right, let's see.
etc.
Reviewing things you haven't seen. General protest. PAX versus Board Game Geek convention.
That's what? That's just like news. That's not even.
How tennis is awesome.
That's gaming.
But that would be a good Tuesday show.
Sure.
Like, talk about why tennis is a nearly perfect sport, or a perfect game at least.
We need Thursday ideas. Thursday.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The day that could be literally anything is the hardest goddamn day.
Sure.
Well, I guess, so I suggested we do lunch, and Scott said, I feel like we already did it. Not only have we not done lunch, but we have not even done brunch.
I'm pretty sure we have.
Nope. In fact, if I search for unch, I find One Punch Man.
That's an unch.
A Bunch of Dwarves.
That's an unch.
And Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
What the hell is A Bunch of Dwarves?
I'm going to find out. Tonight on Geek Nights, Burning Dwarf. Oh, we talk about, remember when you ran that Burning Dwarf Fortress game?
That was a good game.
We just tell the story of that. And
why did we do a show like that on something so shitty?
And then we used it as a segue into, remember Project Dwarf?
Yeah, that didn't go anywhere either.
Here, GitHub.com, a fresh Project Dwarf.
There isn't even really, I mean, that's probably still there, but like,
find out if it's still
it
there.
never got to the point of code that ran, I think.
Yeah, 7 years ago, you added some basic documentation, fixed a color bug.
Does it even do anything?
Oh, no, you didn't. Lack of Cheese made the last updates.
All right.
On May 6th, 2010.
Does it even run or do anything?
I know. There's stuff in here.
Sure, I don't know.
It's just Python. I should download this repo and like run stuff and see what happens.
All right.
Here's random movers. Here's some Python code. Yeah. Here's a random mover.
I can't imagine anything will happen. Anyway.
Let's see, random mover. A mover that moves randomly between adjacent nodes. All right. Good times.
Anyway.
So I feel like lunch is an okay show because lunch is the forced meal where you don't like. I feel like lunch is the meal you have the least day-to-day control over where like what you eat because you're always at work or something. Like you're very limited.
Well,
you're not going to go far.
I think is the most important meal.
Well, yeah, because I can skip breakfast. I usually do.
It's like, even if you eat a breakfast, it only gets you so far, through the day before you're losing energy. And then it's like you got the rest of the day, you got to make it through. You must eat a lunch. It's like you can even skip a breakfast and just sort of get to lunch. And you could you can skip dinner and go to bed, but you can't skip lunch. It's like it's like you won't, you'll just fall asleep like in the afternoon if you don't eat lunch.
So for one, I have a philosophy on lunch. And I decided this, back when I did not have a lot of money.
Thinking too hard about life here.
Lunch can be cheap or it can be expensive, but I made a conscious decision back when I was working at IBM even, and I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't make that much money back. I felt like I was making a lot of money till I realized I was not. But I made this very conscious decision to always have a great hot lunch, or at least a great lunch, every day. And I decided back then I was willing to spend up to $15 a day.
It's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. Like, I thought about that.
I save a lot of money by just, making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and not paying $15 every day.
Yep, so for a while, I tried to go cheap.
That's how I can buy expensive stuff.
I would make lunches. I would eat, pizza, because my office was in basically Yonkers. So
Like
like
if you
I could
take
get
the
pizza.
if you take the money that I do not spend on alcohol, coffee, and expensive lunch every day,
Why
only
live?
some
then
days,
why live?
because then I could spend that money on luxurious items, which I do.
Yeah, but I thought about this real hard because I was eating these kind of crappy lunches and just saving my money. But when I worked at IBM, the Culinary Institute basically like their students ran a cafeteria on the campus. And you could get cheap food there, but you could spend about $13.95, give or take, and get like a legit amazing lunch. Like a big one, like this giant ass gumbo. It was always something fancy. It was different every day. And I thought long and hard, and I decided that adding up $15 a day over the course of my life, 5 days a week, the sheer joy that gave me, the good feelings, that sense of comfort and food was worth that money. I was willing to spend that money. Like, if it were a monthly subscription that guaranteed 5 meals like that every week for the rest of my life, as long as I kept paying that monthly fee, I would have paid it. And I've continued that philosophy to this day. I have a great lunch no matter what.
All right. I save money, and I mean, the thing is, peanut butter and jelly is not a bad lunch.
Nah.
I get a fancy jelly, which costs like $5 for a jar that lasts like a whole week. You get a loaf of bread that's like $3 that lasts a whole week, so it's $8. And then bulk amazing peanut butter from Amazon
That.
is like more money, but that lasts you like months.
So
that could last
smooth
you like
peanut butter or crunchy?
whatever you feel like.
You don't care?
I mean,
no preference?
there's really not such thing as bad peanut butter, except for Peter Pan brand, which tastes disgusting.
Yeah, any peanut butter that tastes like edible oil from a non-peanut.
Right, but like Jif, Skippy, even those are mass brands, they taste
They're-
good.
They're fine.
Right, Peter Pan is just the one that tastes bad.
The grocery store by
obviously-
my office has the dump peanuts in a thing and grind your own peanut butter.
Oh yeah, I mean, secret. If you go to Publix supermarket, which is in Florida, it's like the Stop and Shop of Florida.
Yep.
If you go to the deli counter where you get meats, they will actually have peanut butter back there that you can get by the pound, and that is like incredible peanut butter.
Nah.
It's secret. But anyway,
So what do you eat for lunch on an average day?
usually peanut butter and jelly. I
Nah.
make 2 sandwiches. I just make them at my desk, and it costs almost nothing.
Oh yes, you leave the components at work and make the lunch there.
Yes, or the grocery store is right next to work. I'll just walk when the bread runs out. I walk over and buy a bread.
I never did that for lunch, but I did that for snacks. Like I
And
would
does-
go to the grocery store and buy like all these snacks and just like stock my office with them.
Yeah, we have a mini fridge just for our department. I load it up.
I don't know.
But I mean, I don't do that every single day. For example, let's say I run out of bread and PAX is 3 days from now. It's
Not
like,
gonna buy more.
why would I
bread.
buy a loaf of bread that I'm only gonna be able to eat half of, and then will be stale when I get back from PAX? Right? I'm just gonna eat out 3 times. And what I eat out is I don't eat the same thing 2 days in a row.
You have that weird obsession. You'll do that at restaurants. You're like, I had Mexican food yesterday, so I can't have it today.
That's right.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy.
But what if that food's so? Right next to my office.
Who eats the
like,
same food 2 days in a row?
So right near my office is Takahashi Bakery, which is like a legit Japanese style like Tokyo street bakery. They have great like simple lunches. I will eat there 3 times a week.
I mean, I'll eat at the same place. I just won't get the same thing. Like, there's a place near me. I go. They got this really good pasta you can get there.
Wait, so you could have enchiladas for lunch on Wednesday, and then you could have like chimichangas on Thursday, and that's okay?
Are they different enough?
Chimichanga versus enchilada?
Yeah, I guess it's different enough.
All right. What about soft tacos versus hard tacos?
That's not really different enough.
What about soft tacos versus enchiladas?
Maybe.
Nah.
Depends, right? I mean, I definitely wouldn't get the same filling.
How different do the toppings on a pizza have to be to count as different?
I mean, pizza is pizza. I don't eat pizza 2 days in a row.
There is a really good pizza place by my office too.
Right, well, I mean, what?
It's one of
I
the like
mean,
100 places called Little Italy, but it's actually really
we
good.
got all kinds of like everything. We don't have amazing places near me, but we have like these everything places. But the thing is, the everything place, like you can go there and get a pizza that's a 1-person pizza with anything you want, and they make it in like this brick oven and everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, even though it's an everything place, it's way good.
Yeah, Amish Market is kind of like that too. Like they have
Yeah,
like this giant like counters get stuff from, but like their sandwiches and stuff are legit.
Like there's all these everything places, which is like the default lunch in New York City, and I got tons to choose from, but some of them are good. So
Yeah.
whatever. Just because they're serving it's like it's like a cafeteria basically, but it's not. It's a public just cafe place.
The problem is when they're like the good ones are like I'd say a third of them are the good ones, but the rest are like not ideal food to eat.
Yeah, the other thing is
Like
this,
that one by Grand Central.
there are actually tons of amazing lunch places that you can, for real cheap, even in tourist town where I am, but you got to sit down.
Yep.
And even though it'll be way cheap, but it's like, do you have time to sit down and get this way cheap, amazing lunch?
I will make time a lot of times because I'll be working, and then when it's lunchtime, like I'll just go away for an hour or so and like sit down with a book.
The other thing is that
have
a
my
lot
nice lunch with the
there are
waiter.
places that they don't have like, they're not designed to walk up and take food away, but you still can. So like there's like a sit down, there's like a noodle place like Kung Fu something. It's always way crowded with a line out the door. But I'll just walk in, and instead of saying like, "Can I get a seat?" I'll just be like, "Hey, I want this," and then I wait outside.
Yep.
And then when it's done, they come out and hand it to me in a bag, and I go back to work. And it's like I didn't have to wait, forever. And people are still waiting to get a seat, but it's like I got this sit down food.
Yep. See, I got time. The problem is most of the places I like to eat lunch, they often have seating, so like you can take away or sit down. But the sit down is 100% full unless I eat at 11, maybe 11:30, which luckily. I usually
If
do.
I don't eat breakfast, I'm hungry at 11 or 11:30.
I eat lunch at 11 almost every day. Like 11:15, I start getting hangry, and by 11:30, I'm dead.
If I
Like,
get
eat.
I eat a bagel or English muffin, then I won't get hungry till like noon.
Nah.
But if I don't eat breakfast, I just
Unless I bike to work, then I'm desperately hungry immediately when I sit down, and I'm also hungry at 11.
I'll get bagel on the way to work, so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, I don't do that if I bike.
Well, I'd get a bagel and then bike.
No, I'll bike
Or
first.
I
and
could
then get a
bike
bagel.
and get a bagel from a street cart. Or,
Yep. Actually, what's a pretty good breakfast? Not that we can't talk about breakfast. Is the breakfast sandwich at Starbucks like actually not that bad?
No.
It's like
No.
It's pretty like it's not that different from what you get at one of those everything places.
No.
No. So, are there any good places? Like, where do you go when you want a good lunch?
Good lunch? There isn't a lot of good lunch near me. I'm in the touristy area. There's the
I got Zaitsev, which is like
Right.
fancy burgers. I got
there's
Schnippers,
there's
which is also burgers.
There is a Schnippers I go to, but I go there so rarely.
Yeah, I my rule is I cannot go there more
What
than
am I
once a
getting if
month.
I go to Schnippers every day? What the hell am I going to be
You'll be like 300 pounds.
Right, that's not a good
Get a
idea.
milkshake and a burger and some onion rings.
There's,
Yeah.
there's a Chinese place I can go that's like, it's sort of like something famous, whatever, and all the Chinese people go there, and you wait in a line, and then you choose like 3 things, and they put it in the plastic thing.
Yep.
And there's different things every day. There's a sort of higher level, more expensive, fancier everything place where you can get like, even more of everything, but they got like sushi or Korean foods and like if they make you pasta, it's like almost like fancy restaurant pasta, but
Yep.
they charge as much as the sit down restaurant would for a pasta dish. So it's like, what's the point? I could have just
Like half my coworkers, like they go like they order together and they go to Sophie's like a lot. I do not like that place.
What is it?
It's a chain of Cuban food, ostensibly,
Okay.
but it feels and tastes. Those places that are ostensibly one kind of food, but they're really just a Chinese place, like Americana style Chinese food cooking, like oily. Like it's Chinese restaurant sharing kitchen with thing that is not Chinese restaurant but cooked kind of the same way. Kind of tastes like that, and it's kind of cheap and not that good, and the meat's kind of bleh. Of course, I had a coworker before who always wanted to get the Papa John's.
Oh my God.
Like he wanted it so much that
Well,
he'd
hopefully he'll get half off tomorrow.
he'd be like, "So yeah, guys, you want in on Papa John's?" And if people weren't into it, he would offer to pay for everyone just so we'd have an excuse to order his Papa John's.
Why don't you get good pizza? What the fuck wrong
Yeah,
with you?
he doesn't work here. He doesn't work there anymore.
You're in
Now
New
we get the
York
good
City.
pizza.
What the hell?
Now
How
we-
is
now
there
we get
even
the
a
good-
Papa John's? It's in business. Is he keeping it in business all by himself?
Maybe him and the Rangers.
Why does he love it so much? The
I
Rangers don't help him in business. They put him out of business.
I wonder if they have insurance on that. Like every time that happens, like they get. An
I'm
insurance
pretty
policy
sure
pays
that
out.
even with the discount, that they're still making money on those pizzas.
Well, they have to be. Those pizzas can't cost more
Also,
than a nickel to make.
I've never seen someone who actually was gonna order it. Everyone just jokes about ordering it.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine. I don't think anyone even buys the pizza at the discount. They're probably the day after. They're probably just selling all the pizzas at normal price. No one's using that code,
Yeah.
right?
Or you imagine there's some furtive Rangers fans, like they put on an Islanders jersey and kind of like sunglasses and sneak in and order some Papa John's.
You just order online and you use the code and you get it. But you have to be in the area.
Yeah.
You can't do this at you can't order it at Papa John's in California. It won't work.
Papa John's had a time and a place.
Also, isn't the guy Papa John like a shithead? I've heard he's a bad dude.
I have heard that too, but I don't know for sure. What is it with pizza places and bad people? Because you also got Godfathers, also bad.
Anyway.
Yeah. But there was a place and a time for Papa John's, and that was if you needed pizza after midnight and you don't live in a real city. Remember RIT? They delivered till what, 2 a.m.?
So the best is if you're on a trip, you can get like a super luxurious lunch.
Yeah, that's when you
right?
like when you go to PAX or something. Like,
But the
sit
problem is
down at a
sometimes,
sit-down
but sometimes
restaurant.
when you're on a trip, you can't get luxurious lunch, and you end up getting like concession stand lunch to hold you over for luxurious dinner.
Well, you know what it is? It's the there was time now Twilight Zone situation where you finally have the excuse to like sit down at the restaurant, like the nice one, and order from the lunch menu. But there's a convention. That's why you're in town in the first place, and the restaurant's full and you can't sit down.
Or are you gonna like leave the convention and lose an hour or two of your time to eat the lunch? Or are you just gonna like snack and do whatever you can to hold out until dinner?
Thus, the power of MagFest and the power of PAX Prime. The fact that those cons are 4 days means I don't feel so bad about sitting down and having a lunch somewhere.
Nope.
Being 24/7 at MagFest helps for that a lot too.
But the best is if you're traveling and it's not some sort of convention. You're just on vacation, right? It's like when we were in Australia and PAX was over. It was like every day, just every 3 meals a day, 3 restaurants,
3 lunches
of awesomeness.
You would get the big brekkie every morning. Yep. Then at lunch you get like a meat pie of some kind.
Oh, we should go back just to go back to the teppanyaki place.
Yeah, because I couldn't go with Emily because that's in Melbourne and we were in Sydney. But it looks like I'm going to PAX Australia.
How do you know?
Because I have to go. So the second PAX Australia I went to was right after this finance conference that's in Sydney. And the same thing's happening again. So I'm going to fly to Sydney.
So this year it was too far apart?
This year they were like 2.5 weeks apart. And I could not justify spending more than a month in Australia. And even beyond that, I was not going to fly to Australia, fly home, fly back to Australia. Like, can you imagine doing that?
No, why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly. So this time, it looks like I can fly to Sydney, spend like a week there doing work stuff, take like a weekend vacation, fly to Melbourne, do work stuff for like 1 day, vacation for a few days, PAX, and then either fly to Singapore and do a conference or just fly straight home.
I kind of want to go, but we said we'd go to Essen in 2018.
Yeah. Well, you could do both. Do PAX Awesome 2017.
But I could go somewhere I've never been, though. That would be so much better. A tropical place.
Thing is, if you go back to a PAX Aus, you have to do Melbourne and a different place in Australia.
Well, tropical coral reef.
Yeah, or at least Sydney. Like, at least go to Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney's way different. You probably like Sydney. Yeah. Sydney's more like New York in a lot of ways, just less pea smell.
Let's go to coral reef.
Yeah, you can go to the coral. Of course, it's bleaching. There's less of it to see.
Well, I'll go see it before it's all bleached.
You had to head up to Brisbane, hang out on the beach.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm going somewhere, I might as well go to a beach.
So there was for most of, I actually don't like Chipotle that much.
I like Chipotle.
There was a time when that became my go-to lunch because it was cheaper, but it was plenty of food, and it would fill me. And it seems to correlate with if I bike to work every day. Once I've been doing that for more than a few weeks, like, I'm way hungrier all the time than I used to be. And Chipotle is one of the few meals I can eat over lunch quickly that will satisfy that, like, weird, deep craving for calories.
Chipotle is great because for, like, $8, you get a ton of food.
You get, like, 1,400 calories.
Yeah, you can load that.
Encased in the size and shape of your stomach.
Right, and you can get all sorts of different stuff. You can get, the best thing is get the bowl, but ask for the soft tacos on the side.
Ooh.
And if they don't, right? You can get meats mixed in. You'd be like, I want the chicken, and I also want the beef. Give me half and half.
No, I decided a long time ago I'll only get the sofritas. I'm done with the meat there.
I do sofritas, but sometimes they also have chorizo now, which I have.
I have not been since they got the chorizo.
You haven't been in a long time.
I stopped going to Chipotle because that is way too many fucking calories, even for me most of the time.
Well, you got to choose. See, I don't get the guac mixed in, which costs more.
No, but the guac, you got to get the guac.
The guac counts for most of the calories.
Yeah, but guac's real good.
Right?
I think it's still like over 1,000 calories if you get the minimum possible burrito.
I will get. My default at Chipotle is I get the white rice, the black bean.
It's got the flour tortilla
sofritas.
by itself is 300 calories. The chorizo is another 300.
In the bowl, I get the bowl.
With the tortilla? Okay.
No, I get the bowl. The default, my minimum, right? The thing I usually get is bowl, white rice, black bean, sofritas.
All right, wait, I'm going to do this now. So you get the bowl. Okay, Fritas.
Yep.
All right, that's good.
White rice,
White
black
rice,
bean.
black bean.
Yeah. The pico,
Yeah, pico's good.
the hot salsa.
Oh, the red one, the chili one.
Yeah.
Actually, I like the tomatillo green one more.
I mean, I'll get one of them, right?
You don't get the guac.
And
The
then
cheese
and lettuce.
and lettuce is the pro move.
Right.
That is
How many calories?
635 calories.
That's not bad. That's a good lunch.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, it is 2,400 milligrams of sodium.
Yes. Yes, it is. See, now click on the guac and see what it goes to.
Let's see.
Add your guac in there.
And my guac. 865.
It's 200 calories of guac there.
It's under 1,000 though.
If I'm super, super hungry,
You get the chips and guac on the
I'll
side.
get chips and guac extra.
The chips and guac is like 800 calories by itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to share it, but hey.
No one shares that. If you have 2 people, you get 2 orders of that. That's how we roll. Yeah, I just don't do the Chipotle anymore. It's too much food unless I'm biking to work.
It's so convenient and also delicious and $8.
Dude, convenient.
Dude, it's like anything, it's like so cheap, but way better than things that cost more.
Even with their pipeline, like how fast they are, the 2 Chipotles near my office have like a 15+ minute wait to order.
The Chipotles near my work, there's 2 within walking distance.
There are 2 within
and
walking distance.
There are
line out the door.
there are lines when you go in, but you're out in 5 minutes.
I have waited in that line.
That line goes like whoosh.
10 to 15 minutes on multiple occasions.
Your line must be even longer than ours.
But
or
that's only if I
something.
go after like 12:15.
Mm.
Seems like most people eat lunch like 12:30, 1:30. So by eating lunch at 11:30, it's kind of hacks. Like no one's around. Like I can just sit down. Everything's fresh. You can't go before 11:30, or most places don't actually have all their food out yet. Like Takahashi doesn't have all the lunches. Like the soup's not done.
See, like here's a good example, right? Today I ate the last of my loaf of bread. Right.
Yep.
So tomorrow I'm probably gonna get like maximum luxury lunch tomorrow. I'll go all out.
What is
somewhere.
all out? Because all out for me is I go to Zeitzif, which is like a fancy burger joint, and I'll get like a burger, fries, and a beer, and like a dessert of some kind.
I mean,
And I'll sit there for like an hour and a half.
all out could be anything, right? I choose the place, and then I just whatever place I choose.
Does all out mean a waiter?
It could be.
Huh?
Who knows if I got time, right? But I choose the place, and then I get the entree. Some a side and a drink, and like I max it out. I get the most delicious possible things, and then I don't have to eat dinner until like 8. And I don't eat much dinner.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's easier. The thing is, living alone, I remember, like, it's very hard to cook a satisfying meal because normally a good meal has like one main thing, like a main side, and then a secondary side or a salad or something. But if it's just one person, it's hard to like make all those things in a sustainable, not wasting food manner.
I just make a Blue Apron. I only eat half, and I put the other half in the fridge.
Yeah, the Blue Apron is good about that because it's main thing, side thing, and it all only needs like one set of cooking implements.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if I like on weekends, you can do like Blue Apron lunch, dinner.
Mm.
Cook one for lunch, cook the other one for dinner. The next day, lunch and dinner again. Just flip them.
Nope, you can't eat the same thing 2 days.
Yes,
in a row.
you won't die.
If I make a Blue Apron and I have half left over, I'll eat it for lunch or dinner 2 days from then.
Yep.
Not 1 day from then.
So, are there some things you would eat for lunch, but you have no way to get them generally?
Yeah.
Like sushi. Like I would eat sushi for lunch, but there are no sushi places that have good sushi that will deliver. There are only sit-down restaurants that are expensive near my office.
I'm in New York City in the touristy area.
Yep.
If there's any kind of food I want, I can get it. I can get any. You name the country, I could get the food from there. Right? It might not be the best because of the neighborhood I'm in.
Yep.
But I can get it. Right? I can get anything from like a burger to a pastrami sandwich to Indian food to Chinese food. I can get anything.
No.
But it might not be the top quality in any category. The thing is, there are specific dishes that I cannot get. For example, when I can get Japanese food, no problem, right? There's like multiple choices. I can get bentos, I can get ramens, I can get whatever. But when I first started working there was a place called Teriyaki Boy, all right? And you could go in there and you could get basically in what was a giant styrofoam cup, like larger than a cup noodle cup, but like the same shape basically, but big, you could get a kitsune udon in a cup.
Oh.
And that was like, that place went under because I think they jacked the rent up on him. And it hasn't been there in like like maybe 7 or 8 years. It's a super long time.
Yeah,
It's
there
been
have been
gone.
a succession of like 3 different banh mi places that were open and then were closed near my office.
Now I can get udon, no problem. I got like multiple udon noodle choices. There is no kitsune udon at any of these places.
Yeah, when I worked in Midtown, there were not 1, not 2, but 3 places that all had kitsune udon right next to my office.
Right, for me to get it, I would have to walk a distance or take a subway, and like there's no one who'll deliver that. You know, there's plenty of udon, just not that specific udon.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I can't get that, even though I want it.
I really like kitsune. Well, they also, I remember they discontinued. Oh, the walking paths in City Hall Park, I never realized that, are a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. Boop.
Okay. Exciting.
Okay. I was looking at the map to remember I ate lunch. But anyway, remember when they discontinued the bowl noodle kitsune udon?
It was not bowl noodle. It was Sapporo Ichiban.
It was Sapporo Ichiban, but it was their kitsune udon bowl.
Yes, there is one kitsune udon instant that's left that from another brand. I haven't actually tried it. It comes in a red bowl. I haven't tried it. I don't know.
Maybe we should try it.
Maybe I'll buy one.
Because then I could bring a few of those to like a MagFest.
Mm-hmm.
For like quick lunch, because the convention lunch is like
it's the bowl kind. So you pour in the hot water,
Yeah,
close the lid.
that is perfect for like MagFest when you don't want it because you can't eat at any of the lunch places; they're completely full.
Mm.
Oh, you know where I go all the time? Well, not all the time, but when I'm really hungry now, instead of Chipotle, Go Curry.
If there was a go-go curry near me, I'd be going there.
There's a Go Curry near me. I eat there. My rule is I can never eat there more than once a week, no matter what.
There are some
That
places.
is a lot of food.
There are some places near me that have opened up like in the past year or two, like the Melt Shop or like the Little Beat, but it's like they have good food, but it's way overpriced and too expensive. There's also a lot of food carts near me that are way good. You know, the food trucks come over, and some of them are like top notch.
I used to do the food trucks. The only reason I've stopped is that the food trucks are a bit of a walk away, and they actually had way longer lines and way slower service than the places actually in buildings near me.
It depends on which one and which day and stuff like that.
Well, they're all over by World Trade Center because there's no restaurants over there.
They're
really.
like, for me, they're 1 block away.
Yeah, it's like a 10-minute walk to get to where they are.
Yeah, I know.
I used to City Bike over there when I had City Bike.
Mm.
That was like the best use of City Bike is City Bike to a different lunch place. It expands the feeding area.
But even like the really popular ones that are always there, they got like a routine and they zip things along.
Yeah.
Right? Like this guy, he's like, it's called like Steak Freak, even though it's not really a steak place. It's more like like noodle bowls and stuff. It's really good. And he's got a big long line, but that line moves. And the way he does it is you're waiting in the line and you'll get up to the front of the line. And if he's only makes like 2 or 3 things at a time. So if you're like the 4th person and they're too busy, they'd be like, oh, just wait. Don't order yet.
Yeah.
And they finish the people they got, and then they start making for you. And it actually moves along. Like I've been like the 10th person in line and only had to wait like 15 minutes from getting in line to walking away with food.
Yeah, I guess the trouble is all the food trucks near me, they go to a place where there aren't lunch places, so they're actually the only lunch places.
These are actually in front of a bunch of lunch places. Like, deal with it. And there's just so many people that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I kind of almost miss working in Midtown because while the food's more expensive up there, I had a lot more variety of options. Like I have a similar number of options downtown, but they're from a narrower band of kinds of food. And also there aren't any good banh mi places near me right now, I don't think. Maybe we should wander around and see if there's one. I'll search right now.
I'm sure there are.
BANH. Anyway. Banh mi.
All right. Let's go.
Banh mi card. Right? Let's
I'm
go.
done.
You done? You hungry?
Yeah.
You're talking about lunch. You're hungry?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess that's the end of that.
I haven't eaten since lunch.
All right. So let me do the Patreon thing and we're out of here. Patreon.com. Let's see. Make a post. Patron manager. View all current patrons. Wow. And the Patreon patrons for this episode of Geek Nights in order, the amount of money they give us on a continuing basis are Alan Joyce, Rebecca Dunn, Nicholas Brandow, Heidi McNichol, Amanda Duchette. Great job, emoji, Ivy Fame, MyStadia.com, William Eisenrose, Jeremy Miner, Lisa Needs Braces, Daniel Plan, Lisa Needs Braces, Daniel Plan, Chris Reimer, and Thomas Hahn. Christian Kuntz, Mawaj is what brings us together today. Mawaj, that breast arrangement. Shervin Von Horrell, Roy Lavelle, James David Wright, Rochelle Montanona, Superboy, a Patreon patrician's patronizing patronage. Brian Fisher, Sailor Vista, Matthew Smith, Don Schleich, Jar Topshin, Joshua Joestar, Tyler Eller, Sean Yeager, Sam Cordery, Clinton Walton, Ren from New Zealand, Ryan Perrin, Drew Openlander, Brian Cedrone, a rodent of unusual size, Redacted, Chris Midgift, Chris Knox, Daniel Redmond, Sean Klein, Chris Reimer, and Thomas Hahn. Hopefully all my travel will not be impacting any of the Geek Nights that is coming up, and Rim's Rants and all that bit will be returning with gusto this weekend especially. And some of you might have noticed, Kineticon panel submissions are open. Also, if you plan to do a panel and you did not get a comp badge already because you have not yet been a panelist at Kineticon, and you want to only come to Kineticon if you are accepted as a panelist, let me know. I can give you a link that will let you book your room despite not yet having a badge, because they're hiding the room blocks unless you're already have a badge, and I have no control over that situation, but I'm here for you. I will help you. But anyway, now I leave you with something. And we're out. Now I'll watch the recording and see how that live stream went. I'll see you guys later.